My name is Hannah Smith, and I was a slave to anger. In high school, most of my friendships looked like this. We would be really great friends, and then something would happen and they would do something to offend me or annoy me, and I thought that I had the right to be angry at them. And so I would gossip and say rude things, and anytime that someone did something hurtful towards me, I felt like I could be angry back. So I was a very proud and angry person. And one friend in particular in high school, she and I did everything together and we were great friends, and then she started dating somebody. And it was like, okay, great. And now she did everything with this boy and she wanted to spend all of her time with him, and she neglected me. And so I was hurt and therefore became very angry and frustrated at her and just kind of gave up on the friendship. God was so faithful and kind to open my eyes to the truth of the gospel once I came to Grace. My freshman and sophomore year, I just started to understand a lot more about God's holiness, and that He's not just a lot like us, only a lot bigger. He's completely different, and we by ourselves cannot have fellowship with Him. And that it's not that I just do bad things sometimes, but I, like by nature, was a sinner, and a wretched sinner, and deserving of eternal punishment. And therefore, Jesus and the cross became so much more important and real in my life, and just understanding that Christ took my place on the cross so that I could have fellowship with God. And now God sees me clothed in the righteousness of Christ. He doesn't see my sin any longer. And so that truth started to totally transform the way I saw people. And it became that when someone was frustrating or I was annoyed with somebody, I began to see it as a picture of my sin towards God, not just somebody annoying me. And I began to treat them then the way that God has treated me. And so God has extended mercy to me and kindness, so I can now extend that to other people. And I do not say this to boast about myself at all, because I have nothing to boast about. I can only boast in the cross of Christ. And I'm so thankful that God has redeemed me and saved me. It's still a struggle, and it's still something that I have to rely completely on Him for. But I'm so thankful for God's sanctifying work in that aspect of my life. It is for freedom that Christ has set me free.